St Peter's Farmers Flagon.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I have got one here today from St Peter's, and it is their Farmers Flagon Red Ale. They call it a sweet and peppery red ale, so I'm just going to call it a red ale because that's what it is. And this beer is one of them ones that it's been on the St Peter's website, but I just haven't got round to buying it. Finally managed it. Now, I've tried quite a few of St Peter's Brewery stuff, and to be honest, I don't think I've had a really bad one from them. They've been pretty consistent throughout their beer range. The ones that stood out for me was their Ruby Ale. I really like that. The Christmas Ale was good. Their Bitter was very good. And the porter, the plum porter that they did was quite good as well. They're not outstanding, don't get me wrong, but they're a good, solid brewery. And I've tried some of their beers on tap or on cask in a pub in London. As I say, I've mentioned this pub on nearly all the St Peter's reviews that I do, but the Jerusalem pub in Clerkenwell, they do all their beer on cask there. And it's really good. The only trouble with it is they don't have a massive stock of it. So you could have 1 or 2 pints of Ruby Ale and be really getting into it and enjoying it. And then you go back and they've run out and that's it. There's no more. So they've only got a set amount, regardless of the amount of people that are in there. Do you know what I mean? So that's a little bit of a downer that I've got on St Peter's. But that's minor really. You know, there's plenty of good beers to choose from, you know, if there's another one available. The choice there is really good, and as I say, their beers they're pretty solid. You know, they're not one of these ones that do absolutely outstanding beer, but they're a good, solid, dependable brewery, and I like that. And this one is one that's quite special. They brewed this sort of to celebrate the National Farmers Union. Now, where they're based is a place called South Elmham, which is near a place called Bungay, and that's very rural, and it's in Suffolk. So I don't know whether you've ever been to that part of the world, but that is quite a big sort of farming centre, Norfolk and Suffolk. I mean, I know everyone takes the piss out of the accent and all that, you know, calling them farmers, etc., and inbreds and all that. Shouldn't really do it. When you think about it, we would be absolutely screwed without farmers. They are really the unsung heroes of this country, and you know, every country really, because we all depend on them for food and beer, no less. And this is a sort of tribute to the farmers, and it's brewed it's in celebration of the National Farmers Union, and it's basically just to say thanks very much for all you do. So I'd imagine this is going to be pretty good if they're going to do it as a sort of a tribute to them. So let's stop gassing and let's investigate what this beer is. Right, they've called it a sweet and peppery red ale. Now that to me sounds really good. Sweet and spicy is good when it comes to British beer. It's 4.3%. ABV isn't too high, which is good. It says St Peter's Brewery have created this rich red ale to celebrate the National Farmers Union, 100 years of supporting our farmers in Suffolk. Brewed with Flagon heritage malted barley. Yeah, there's a special type of barley they've used in this, which I think is unique to Suffolk. It's just called Flagon heritage malted barley. Malting barley, I should say. Fucking hell, get it right. This distinctive rich ale provides spiced, peppery aromas and subtle malt undertones with a pleasant woody flavour. Now that sounds good. That actually reminds me of a good bitter. which, you know, you will not go wrong with that. No brew sheet, unfortunately. I can't tell you what hops are in here, so there you go. But the alcohol is 4.3%, which is good. It's a good session ABV. So with that in mind, let's get it into the glass. Right, off with the cap. Now this is slightly chilled. It's come out of the fridge and it's been sat for a while. The cap is like that. That is a raven and a key. The raven is to sort of commemorate the Viking occupation of Suffolk, and the key is to commemorate a castle, a nearby castle, I think. I like about these bottles as well, they're very nice, ergonomic. They're based on an old gin bottle from Philadelphia. Really unique. You don't get any other company using bottles like that, and it's nice because it does make the bottle very easy to handle. Oh yeah, that looks really nice, doesn't it? That's a proper red ale. Now they've got some competition, this lot. They're from Suffolk. They've got Green King in their locality, which are one of the biggest brewers in Britain. And their beer's much of a muchness, really, to be honest. So it's quite refreshing that you get something like that. And it's really nice. That is really good. Nice tan head on that, foamy head. You've got like a mahogany ruby colour on that. Yeah, and that is exactly as they say. Nice peppery spice on that, but sweet malt too. And there is a sort of a woody aroma and a little touch of roasted malt on there. This smells really good. It does. I do like a red ale. Now, red ales for me, two of the best, I think, are the Orkney Brewery Red McGregor and the O'Hara's Irish Red Ale. That for me is absolutely outstanding, really good, very malt heavy and just so drinkable. And I'm really gutted it was only a 330ml bottle, because I could have polished off a lot of that O'Hara stuff. That was really nice. The Red McGregor from the Orkney Brewery is really good as well. They're two outstanding red ales for me. Could this be the third? Let's find out. Bottoms up. Oh, that's good. That is lovely. Oh, a spicy finish on that. Oh, that's really nice. It's almost like a very rich best bitter with that long, spicy, bitter finish. That is really good. Dive in again. I'm getting some roasted malt on that, which is giving it a bitter. But I wouldn't say coffee. It's like just like a roasted malt flavour, and then there's that earthiness that they're talking about, earth and wood. But the finish is just that black pepper spice, and it is really good. This is really nice. Now, if you like bitters, if you like really good, full-bodied bitters, then you're going to love this. And to be honest, this is how I remember the Witchwood Hobgoblin being before Marston's got hold of it. When it first came out, this is what it tasted like. It was so rich. It was dark like this, but it had a lovely earthy and spicy bitter finish, but the malts were quite big. But there was that roasted malt on there too, which also enhanced the bitterness on it. But now it's gone to shit completely. It's nothing like this. This is a really good one. If you like, or if you liked the Witchwood Hobgoblin as it was originally, you're going to love this. I really like it. This is a good one. Oh, it's really drinkable as well, I have to say. I'm going to have to keep digging into this because it is so good. I'm getting like a, if you can imagine, I wouldn't say burnt toast, but very well done toast. I'm definitely getting that type of flavour on there, coupled with that spicy finish. This is absolutely gorgeous. I have to say, that is a good one. Definitely a winner from St. Peter's. Is it their best one? Oh, I don't know, you know. The Ruby Ale was really good. I have to say, this is up there with all their other good beers. Definitely. This is absolutely brilliant stuff. Really impressed. Oh yeah, it's really good. That is a real winner for me. It's one of them ones that is full of flavour, but it's so drinkable. And that seems to be a characteristic with the St. Peter's beer. I had this with the Ruby Ale, I had it with the Christmas Ale, despite the higher ABV, and I also had it with their bitter as well, their best bitter. And this can rightly hold its own amongst all them good beers. I really like this one. And for me, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. As it's not the best red ale I've tasted, but it is solid. And this beer sort of embodies what St. Peter's do. They're really good. They're not outstanding, they're really good. Now there's a difference. And to be outstanding, you know, you have to be in the, I would say, Shepherd Neame, Adnams. When we're talking about British brewers, Fuller's is another one, Cotley, another one for me. But, you know, they're the outstanding ones. And then you get the good, solid brewers, and St. Peter's fall in that category. Solid ones like Hook Norton, St. Peter's, that sort of brewery. You know, Harvey's, they're another one. Their beers aren't the best, but they're good and they're dependable. It's just, you know, it's just good, solid beer. It will not blow you away, but you will definitely not be disappointed. And yeah, St. Peter's are up there, I think, with that. And this one is just, well, that is a really nice beer. They have really done well with that one. It's so full-bodied as well, really is. And I don't think, have they used wheat in that? No, they haven't. And that's really good. That's a testament to how good the malts are in that, because it is very, very full-bodied. Really good. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. I think it deserves it, and that is a solid 9 out of 10. As I say, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10, because there are better red ales out there. The O'Hara's, for me, the Irish Red Ale, superb, absolutely amazing stuff. And the Orkney Red McGregor is another one. But this one is definitely up there. It's a real good, solid beer. Love it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.